4 personnes ont dit oui, je veux participer. Il y a, il y a toujours la question, est-ce que je vais commencer? Ils vont arriver en retard, c'est pas grave parce qu'on va enregistrer tout ça. Et je prends du café. OK. OK, moi je vais commencer parce que je ne veux pas gaspiller votre temps. C'est un beau mercredi. Et alors, moi je m'appelle Catherine Housselin et je suis là pour vous présenter IFProfs. OK, là je vais commencer en français, mais je vous présente les animateurs de la plateforme parce que nous sommes deux. C'est moi, Catherine Housselin. Je travaille avec l'ITF et ACFO, etc. Et puis il y a Jean Chaconier qui habite à San Francisco. Il travaille avec IFProfs, mais aussi avec le consulat général. Donc, il est très gentil. Nous sommes allés à Londres pour faire une formation pour vous aider avec tout ça. Donc, nous sommes en partenariat pour le moment. Je ne sais pas si ça va compter. Kelly, bonjour Kelly. OK, so, je vais partager cette présentation après. Mais aujourd'hui, on va regarder comment utiliser le site. OK? So there, I'm going to switch it into English because, oh, Katie, you're giving me the turnaround. Wow. Hey. I'm going to use English because some people were really confused on this, and I want to make sure everyone feels comfortable. So IFProf is replacing our wiki. So if you remember the wiki, and Katie, can you see my screen? You're okay? Can you give me a thumbs up on that? Yep, thank you. So we started the wiki, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And I did it because everybody on the French Teachers in the US Facebook page was sharing stuff. And we had a Google share drive, but people would delete things or move things. And it was really not the best way to get this organized. So I made this wiki and I said, hey, we can put all of our stuff on here and share. So these are open resources for anyone to share. And we tried to organize them by AP themes, by textbooks, by if they were listening activities, speaking activities, music. There were so many things. And people would say, I need a page for, I need a page for. So we had all of these pages. And some people were still a little bit apprehensive about adding things. So I would say, hey, if you can't add it, send it to me and I'll put it up for you. I'll put your name on it. And I just wanted to make sure that you felt confident enough to share, because how do we get these resources, instead of spending all of our time, let's pull them together, organize them. And Facebook, I'm sure, is a great tool to keep up with your friends in certain ways. And it's a great way to have conversations about pedagogical ideas, but for organizing files, unless you're really a pro user, you're downloading things or you're organizing on your own, and everybody writes in, oh, I lost that paper, or I lost that activity. Can someone please reshare it? And that does take up time. So since, Wiki Spaces is closing at the end of July, we have to find a new way. And the people at the consulat asked me, hey, would you like to get involved with this platform, IFProf? And I didn't know very much about it. And at that time, last year, say in April, we didn't have an actual page for the United States. And it's run through the, let's show you here down at the bottom. It's from Institut Français. So if you used their website for wonderful things, you have the cinéma, you have all the ideas, the langue française. You can do so much with the Institut Français. And if you're lucky enough to have one near you, even better, because they have all sorts of activities that go on. So the ATF and IFProf got together and made a partnership for this year, and hopefully it's going to keep going because I'm the animatrice with Jean. It's going to keep going. I just don't know if the ATF will be involved with it at the same level, but if not, it's okay. We're still going to be online. So when you go to ifprof.org, you get to the main site. And you can see all these different countries have their own pages, which means that you could, I was going to say travel. You can collaborate with these teachers from all over the world. So if you want to find a teacher in Senegal, I'm looking at you, Katie. She's been everywhere. If you want to find a teacher in Senegal, you can click on their page and you can become a member of that page. That means that you would be a member of Senegal. So you become members, and then you can find all these teachers. You can become their partner, their colleague, So that's, you know, a wonderful way to get to know teachers from around the world, and hopefully those are French teachers. Of course, you can maybe share resources. You could do a Skype interview. You could have pen pals. There's so many different ways. So just, you know, and also maybe you want to find somebody in Russia because students are learning French in Russia, just to get an idea of their perspective. You have teachers down in Australia who are very collaborative, by the way. I'm a big fan of the Australian approach to collaboration. If you even want to go up to Iceland. Okay, so let's say that you want to get involved with the IFProf and you go into États-Unis. Okay, so for right now, our little dot right here will bring you to the main page for États-Unis. And you kind of always, you know, if you're really wanting just to stick within the United States, definitely look up at the top. It'll say États-Unis. And then if you look at the URL, it'll say us.ifprof, which is really helpful. Okay, so you need to create an account. It's free. And choose the United States. Most of us are enseignants. Discipline, it would just be pédagogie, éducation. Nom de l'établissement principal, so where do you teach? What kind is it? Put in the address, that's not required. You notice there's no little red asterisk. And the city where you teach. Okay, and when you continue, you'll have an account. And you can have it, remember your password. So now you're going to just sign in. And there's your picture. Oh my, I have lots of alerts. I have 85 colleagues, and that means that people online on this platform, it's like Facebook, have asked me to become, you know, collaborators with them, and we can send each other messages, we can share documents. I know that many of the teachers that are on the Facebook page for French teachers in the US are on this as well, and we've become friends. Even TV5 Monde, they're I was kind of excited when TV5 joined up with me, but I think they friend every single French teacher in the world, so you can feel special for the day too. Okay, so those are all my colleagues. And then when certain colleagues post something, you can get an alert, just like on Facebook. Okay, so you can go down and look at your alerts, and it will say, Ghislaine, she published a grille compétence. Okay, so when they publish stuff, and you can turn those off if you don't like that. I mean, I get lots of them because I'm trying to keep up with people from around the world. Okay, so let's start. You've got your identity. You can put a picture up, but really, I mean, just like Facebook, it always helps to know who you're working with. In our group right now, there are 1,536 members just on the États-Unis, and we have 29 groups, and we'll talk about that in a minute. When you look, it's not a beautiful website. I know that people want something flashy and they wanted to have drop-down boxes. I'm saying that this was created by the Institut Français. It's offered free. So they're giving kind of like how our wiki looked, which wasn't fancy, but it still did the job. So we're going to look at how to use this today because a lot of people are saying, I don't know how to navigate it or how to publish stuff. So up at the top, we have ressources pédagogiques, ressources méthodologiques, and ressources brutes. Each one of those is its own little page. Pédagogique are things that you produce like activities or units. You've got a song and some activities. Methodology is if you are using a certain type of way to teach, if you're TPRS or if you're into doing a project-based type of teaching environment, that's where you would find that here. I don't use this one very much. I prefer either the pédagogique or the brut, the ressources brutes. The ressources brutes is, oh my gosh, I found this song. I haven't done anything for it yet, but it's an awesome song and it would be great for using the passé composé. It's just a website that you find or an image, an infographic, a song, something that you just want to push out and say, look at what I found. Helping your colleagues, helping everyone that looks at this page by describing it as much as you can will make the search easier. So we're going to start with ressources pédagogiques. There's other things at the bottom we'll get down there, but I'm trying to go in order. So ressources pédagogiques, we can search this. Okay, so people upload, and I'll show you how to upload in a few minutes. Let's just say we want to find something on passé composé. I'm going to type in passé composé, and then down here I have two options, surtout IFProfs, so anyone in the world, as we saw on that first page with the map, or just IFProf États-Unis. And I think sometimes that helps. We have a certain way of teaching in the United States. Maybe you want to follow that. You can also say from your colleagues, you can narrow it down. You can also put, oops, I don't have any colleagues that have done anything with that yet. Let's look in chanson. So you do have to go back and click it each time. And that can be annoying, just to double check, that you're on IFProf. You can also narrow it down by age, by the level. Okay, so these are the CECR. So you can think about this as novice low to novice mid. You can look at the intermediate level in the B1. And then if you want it to be a text, a video, do you want it to be a sound? Or you can just look at all of the different things that people have shared. Christina is a great example. She has been pushing things. Just once we presented this to her, she took it and ran. So if you want to become friends, colleagues with someone, find Christina. Okay, so Sandrine Colombe, it's great because she's here in Washington State. Everybody knows Lisa. Lisa's on here. So if you like Lisa's stuff, find her also on here and her blog. Cécile Lenné. Okay, so I put that out there. You have all of these for just chanson. You do need to kind of look through it. If you click on it, let's just click on the one I put published for Dorothée. Okay, so on here you see that you have all of the descriptors that I could give it. So discipline, âge, type, niveau. Then I have the actual document, and if I wanted, I just click on it and I can save it to my computer. Okay. I also put the video on there, so you can put multiple things on one post. You can put several documents. You can put a video. If you've got a PowerPoint presentation, you can put as many things really as you want on one post. So basically, you're building like a little unit or a lesson. What's called a lesson here by putting all the resources on there. If you don't want to download it right away. Okay, oh, you know what? I did not publish this. This is Rebecca Kendall. Sorry, Rebecca, really. I've been transferring everything over from the wiki, and every time I do that, I put someone's name because that's important to make sure everyone gets the credit for sharing on the wiki. So if you want to just sélectionner, that's like putting it in your in a basket, and you can find all of your information just by going into your profile, and you can find it by Mes sélections. So once you select, it's like putting it into a file and holding it, and then you can find everything that you've saved. And I've saved quite a bit because I don't always know what I'm going to use. And there it is right there. Okay, so you can sélectionner, and that way you don't have to download it, but you can find it quickly, which is better than Facebook. Although Facebook, you can save those posts, it's not very easily to search those. Okay, so in the ressources pédagogiques, if you want to look at every single one, you can go through the many, many, many hundreds of those, or you can search. Now, we're trying to get people to use French because it's Institut Français. It might be that it's going to be in English, so if you want to put in songs. I will say that unless the person put that in the tag or in the description, unless they put that word songs, it's not necessarily going to pull it up. Okay, so I try to add, when I'm putting in the tags for a post, something that makes it available for anyone. So now it's gone to 15 results. Okay, so I try to get that in there, but I cannot guarantee that you will find the exact thing always in French, always in English. So you kind of have to play around with your search. And we say that to our students too. Use different search terms. Try to find out what else people could have been thinking, because if there's hundreds and hundreds of teachers posting, we can't read each other's minds. We got to figure out what were they thinking. So if you put geography instead of géographie, okay, right now it's going to show us for IFProf everyone. There's 59 from around the world. And if you just go onto États-Unis, there's 1. So you got to play around with that, of course. And if you put it in French, you're probably going to have more results. Okay, so that's just some helpful ideas when you're searching. If you don't find something, let me know, because as we've seen on French teachers in the US, some of us are really power searchers and will help you do things. Okay, so that's how you're going to search, and definitely try and find out what maybe, like, is it for education? If you narrow it down, it'll be easier to find, because 692 results, that's quite a bit. Okay, so is it a song, literature, art? And then think of the age. It's not always perfect because not everyone puts all the different tags in there. So on this resource pédagogique, let's say that you have something you'd like to share. Okay, so you're going to log in. You're going to click on resource pédagogique. Okay, so it's right there, and then you'll see the button to publier. Okay. Oh, I'm going to take a quick second here. I'm going to stop. And I'm going to unmute everybody and ask, what kind of questions do you have so far?
Yeah, but then we're always like, I'm always like,
No, Galaxy. Okay, no questions. I'm going to mute everybody again. Haha. Okay. So let's say you've got something and you're ready to publish. What am I going to choose? I'm not quite sure because I have so many things. I'm just going to put in something like géographie, nouvelle région de France. I could put it in English as well. It's nice to put it in French. If you could start that out, there we go, make it French. That way anyone can find it, okay? The résumé is something that's like really quick. What is it? Okay, I'm not even gonna publish this one, but I'm gonna make sure my accent gets right because I'm obsessive. Okay, so we put that in there, just a real quick thing. If you're just copying and pasting text from a document, you could do that, but most of us want to upload the document, so you can skip that normally. Okay, what is it? Most of us, it's going to be didactique et pédagogie. If you're doing a literature or civilization, that's great. I would always say click at least this one and then add on anything else, because most of us, we're not doing philosophie, psychologie et religion, just, you know, but look through. There's histoire, géographie, that might be helpful. Okay, these are giving us some ideas. Okay. The next one down says ajouter des médias, and that's where you're going to put in all of your stuff. And it's in French, so you're going to learn a whole bunch of new vocabulary. Fichier bureautique, it's a document or a PowerPoint, a PDF, anything that's basically something that can be printed. So you're going to source, and there it's in English. Fascinating, but I think it's the web design that they have. Okay, so you're going to go and look on your laptop, your desktop, wherever you have it. And I'm going to go in here, and I've got a géographie. Let's see. I'm just going to grab anything. Okay, those are documents. I could put this PDF. We'll just put this one right for right now. Okay, so just like Facebook, you choose the file and you upload it. Okay, and it takes a few seconds. You're going to give it a title, so you can put Carte des Régions de France. And if you want, you can put a description. Okay, so if that's the only thing you're doing, you're technically done with uploading it. If you want to add others, you can just go into Ajouter notre élément. You might have, if you've got a whiteboard, like a smartboard or a Promethean board, you can actually publish a whole file, which is pretty cool. Not as many people are using the smartboards anymore, but you could share an entire file. If you've got a video, so you went onto YouTube, let's look. And what do we got here? Okay. And let's say that you've got a wonderful video that you want to share. We're just going to stop that. You go down to share and get the link, copy it, and bring it back. You can just pop that right in there and add the title. Sorry for the noise. Okay. And you can also put a description there. If you've got a picture or an infographic that you want to add, you can add that as well. You can add the sound from like a podcast. You can put that URL right in there. And if you've got a link to a different site, so all those games that you can play with the geography, where you have to put the regions in the right spot, you could put that link right in there as well. So it would look like you would copy the link and put it right here. Okay, and then put puzzle de géographie, something like that. Okay, so we've added all these different things. I want to stop real quick and see if there's a question on how to add files or links. Give me a sec. Everyone's unmuted so you can talk.
Catherine,
Mm-hmm.
I had chatted the question because I wasn't sure if
Oops.
the sound was going to work very well, but it might go more under the ressources brutes, but I have a bunch of Facebook pages that I follow, like on Senegal,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure, like, you know, like when you copy a Facebook page and share it outside of Facebook, sometimes it looks very strange. I don't know, would that come through on IFProfs?
Okay, let me show you what it looks like. I'm just going to show an example. Let's say that you're on the ATF page. Good page to like, please, please, please. We have a lot of likes, but I just want to make sure everyone knows about it.
Shameless self-promotion.
Always, always, every single minute. Too much a little bit sometimes. So when you're on a post that someone makes, does everybody see this? This is the date right here. Okay, so if you right click on that and you go to copy link address.
On the date, huh?
Yeah, it's on the date, which not too many people know about this, but hey, Freaky Catherine does. You say, you know, you want to share it, but actually the way to share a link of a Facebook post is to go to the date and go to copy link address.
Huh.
Then go back and you would put that under lien. We have that right there. Okay. It's a long, long, long address, and I'll show you what it looks like. When you when somebody clicks on it, they'll go right to that link.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how you do it, is just if you find a really good post on Facebook. So is that a good answer, or should I go into more deep depth on that one? Good, good.
I'm sorry, Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
Did that? Okay. Kathleen, if we wanted to share an ed puzzle, do you know if that would work?
Yep.
Anywhere? Would that go with the same place?
Okay, we'll talk about that, because you could put it under ressources pédagogiques, but I actually made a whole group. But let's say that you're on Ed Puzzle. Thank you for sharing your Ed Puzzles. We already had a whole bunch on our wiki, right? So you are in Ed Puzzle and you go to share, and there's the link right there, correct? Copy that and put it in the links.
Okay.
And then you would name it Ed Puzzle.
Okay.
And then this one's on cuisine régionale, da da da.
Okay.
Yeah, just like that. And then maybe a little description of it.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to do that up here as well. You're going to say, you know, this is an Ed Puzzle for da da da. It can be English, French. Okay, so that's how you would share an Ed Puzzle.
Merci.
Anything that has a link, you can put on there.
Okay.
Okay, what else? What other questions about sharing things? I really do want to point out that it's as easy as posting a document on Facebook. So when you feel like you're a little bit nervous about it, call me up, write me a text, whatever. I will help you out with that. But most of the time, it's just choose a file, find what you want, and then hit upload. Or, excuse me, yeah, let's do that. Open. And it'll just post it automatically for you. Okay. So I'm going to hit mute for everybody real quick. Okay. So the next part is a little bit more helpful. We're going to put in the description. And you click on that button. Basically, you want to give as much help to the other teachers. So who is this designed for? Usually, this group. Is it a text? Is it an interactive whiteboard? Is it a video that you're sharing? It can be multiple ones. So if it's a picture with text that you're doing, like you're using an infography with an IPA type thing. Okay, is it an activity? Is it a project? Is it a whole bunch of activities? So if you were doing like project-based, what are the students doing? Are they doing compréhension écrite, compréhension orale? So you scroll through and figure out, how is this going to help another teacher find this? And then don't worry too much about this. I have to tell you, you can click the first three. AP might be B2, but I really don't know if we can consider that. That level. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, and then the TEM, I'm trying to get more. I'm asking IFProf to add more, because right now these are not the most user-friendly. And I know that's not helpful, but since my thing is geography, I always say put in education. At least click on that. So now we have the tag words, and I can put in what this is. So geography, that's like a it's like a search word. People are going to be looking for these things. If you put anything in, that's going to help them find it. So put in maybe géographie. Okay, we've got about 10 minutes. Good. Okay. You could put it into région. Whatever you want to put in that will help people find it. And there's all the ones that people have done before. That's quite a bit. So if you want to add on, that's fine. Once you've got everything in here, you've got the title of what it is, the quick little description, the discipline, you have to choose one or two. You've uploaded or you've shared the links. I'm actually touching my screen while I'm talking to you, of course, because none of you can see me doing that. Hit enregistrer. Okay, I will delete this afterward because people are going to be going, what did she post? Once you do that, there's your post. It has its own URL. So if you wanted to go back to French teachers in the US and you wanted to post that and say, look what I put on IFProf. Okay, so there's the link to what you just did. And that way teachers know from all sides, okay, she posted it on here and I'll find it there. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this real quick. I'm going to go to supprimer. So let's say you post something and it's not the most perfect thing in the world, you can get rid of it. Okay, supprimer. And this is irreversible. If you delete your own thing, you can't delete others, don't worry. Okay. So we'll hit that again. You can look at the ressource brute. Again, it's the same idea for ressource brute that, oops, excuse me, wrong one. When you want to just push something out that you find real quick, and Katie, that's probably a good place to do it. You go through the same process. You put the title, you put a quick description. Here you can add on the resources. And you're saying, well, what's the difference? It's that the pedagogique is something that you've really worked on, like a unit, a lesson, or a big activity that has something prepared. Usually the ressources brutes are just things that you've found that you want to share. You can look at méthodologique. I haven't used it that much. It's not my strong forte. Okay. I'm going to tell you a quick about, because I've got 7 minutes. The événements are things that are happening around the United States. These are events for French teachers, French speakers, French learners. So if you want to publish something that's going on in your school, in your district, I'm thinking of Katie in the DC area. She's got all that cool stuff. Okay, the info, if there's any news that's coming out from IFProf, there was a big quiz that they had recently, like you could participate. So that's like anything that's happening that's provided by IFProf or Institut Français. The big thing I want to show you, and I know that this was confusing to some people, you can post whatever you want in ressource pédagogique. It's just going to go into one big pile and people can search it. That's great. But I thought back to our wiki, and I know I had all these pages that were designed specifically for chanson, okay? So I made a group, and that's the only way I could really do it on this platform. There's the Ed Puzzle group. So if you have one, or if you use PlayPause or something similar, you can post it in there. And it's just the same idea. You're going to publish right inside there, okay? So you would click on Ressources Pédagogiques. It's telling you that this is something that's prepared. It's going to go into this group. And I want to stop right there and unmute everybody. How does that make sense, like how the groups work?
Yeah.
Okay, it's you're doing another ressource pédagogique, but you're now inside this group specifically.
Catherine, will it also be shared just in the general?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but this helps filter it down even more because people were saying, oh, there's too much to look for.
Okay.
So I made the groups to help just concentrate the information.
Okay.
It looks like there was an option for that. Like you could either just publish it to the group or you could publish it to everything.
Exactly. Okay, so you kind of do have to look through the groups. Some people, these are made, anyone can make a group. If you want to make a group on just CI that Tina and Ben are doing, go for it. I've invited to do them. There are some teachers that, you know, they start doing the same thing over and over and over, look at it's kind of the same. So I'm going to ask them, hey, can you try and group those, because we get a lot. If you're finding too many groups, make sure that you're in the États-Unis, which I just realized I wasn't. There we are. So now these are our groups, and there's the chanson et musique, which I took everything from this page from the wiki and I posted it to this group. Okay, so there you'll find everything that everyone shared. They all say my name unless you published it yourself, but I tried to put each person's name who shared it. So from now on, you don't have to do that because your name would be automatically on there, but there's the famille. So we have the AP themes, we have the textbooks. If you're an AP teacher specifically, these AP themes mean that's the general theme. It's not that they are AP level classes. They're just, that's the theme, and most of us are using AP themes from level 1 up all the way. Discovering French, bien dit. I think Megan's going to get into doing the National Bulletin stuff more here. So if you want to find all the film et court métrage, there's so much shared on that. Really, really, really. So we can find some more. I'm going to work on that one today. I think there are 29 groups. If you're looking for a job, there's so much to do. If you're an IPA person, you want to find all the IPAs, especially Lisa Shepherd's, and I've shared quite a few of those. Christina has so many. Okay, so you can follow a group. When you are in there and you say, this looks like a great group for me, you can join that group and then you'll get all the updates to belong to that. And you can't see where it is. It'll have the join because I'm the one that started the group. It's not going to show you, but you'll see a join right here. You don't have to wait for any special permission. It'll just put you into that group. And then when somebody puts something new in to a group, you'll get an alert. And that's a great way. So in case you forget, oh yeah, I forgot about that group, you'll see an alert that says somebody just posted in that group. That's a wonderful way to just find the resources that you want and need for a certain a theme. And if you want to start your own, just start a group. Try and look and see if there are any other groups like that. But if there's something specific you want to share too, that's all up to you. We have a lot of teachers doing this. So I have 2 minutes and 35 seconds. The other thing that you're going to see is about membre, so everybody that's a member in the United States, and then your profil. I put in as much as I could so that when I'm looking for colleagues around the world, you can you'll have a picture and some information. Everything that you've ever published will be under Mes Publications. Anything that you've decided to save in your basket will be under Mes Sélections. And then you have all the groups that you're in. So in case you forget, and I've got quite a few groups because I made them all. And then Mes Collègues, so all the people that you're in connections with. And you can write that person and say, hey, would you like to have our students get together to have a talk or to be pen pals? Okay. If you want to look at groups from around the world, like if you want to go to Korea, that's a great place. I mean, they're not Francophone, but they are learning French. And that's what I've been trying to tell my students is we're part of a community that speaks French. And so then, I mean, they have basic things, the verb habiter. There's going to be real basic things and there's going to be real advanced things. It's up to you to kind of look around. But IFProf is different than Facebook in that Facebook is more, how do I say it? It's more conversational. And IFProf is more, here's the resources. And some people were saying it's hard to navigate. And I would say always just start out in the ressource pédagogique. Okay, and then, oops, I'm in Korea. Let's not be there for right now. not that, I'm just thinking that I want to find my resources. Okay, so get back into États-Unis. Less than a minute. Okay, what type of questions do you have in less than a minute? This was recorded, okay, and so everyone will be able to find it. And I'm going to do another one on June 30th, and then I'll do another one in August, and probably another one in September at the rentrée. But you can always find me online and say, Catherine, I need some help. Please, guide me through this. And we can do a personal Zoom, right? Like you and me, or I can do Skype. I can do Google Hangout. I can do FaceTime. You find me, I will be there for you. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I think, I hope, can you give me a thumbs up if it looked like it was a little bit easier to use? A little bit easier? Okay.